Well, happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, May the 12th, and welcome to another edition of Tuesdays with Tom. Well, May 12th is the 132nd day of the year, often celebrated globally as International Nurses Day, to mark the birth anniversary of Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale started the International Nurses Day is named after Florence Nightingale, who familiarized nursing as a profession. Also, hope you all had a good Mother's Day, whether your mom is here with you or whether your mom has passed on like mine has, or whether biological by birth, adopted, your grandmother, your mother-in-law, your aunt, no relation at all, because moms come in all sizes, colors, and relationships. So be thankful if you have someone in your life who's been a mom. Our G-List guest today is Travis Coleman. Travis Coleman is from New Orleans, Louisiana. He's a 2003 graduate of St. Augustine High School. He became a four-year letterman and an SEC powerhouse at Auburn University, where he graduated with a degree in international business. Let's see. He has been a major league professional scout since 2013. We look forward to hearing that conversation. So let's see, where are we? Our show today, of course, is brought to you by the Best Girl Consulting Firm. Let's hear from Best Girl.
Best Girl is a consulting firm that provides customized leadership, access and inclusion, public relations, communications, and organizational consulting services. Clients include Fortune 500 companies, utilities, higher education institutions, small businesses, and associations. Best Girl's team of consultants, led by Joyce Gilly-Gossam, Emily Hedrick, and Sean Jones, partners with business and education clients to promote organizational effectiveness, communication, motivation, and leadership, with always an impact on the bottom line. Best Girl's customized consulting services include strategic planning, corporate communication, executive coaching, fundraising, and economic development.
Continues to customize the solution that fits your needs. So let's go to our roundtable. And our roundtable this morning is Barbara Wallace-Edwards and Barbara Larkin. Michael Walker is not with us this morning. He had another engagement. So let's go to the two ladies and see what's happening in their world. Good morning, Barbara. If I say Barbara, which one shows up? Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great. And you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you.
Good. Good. What's happening in your world?
Well, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that, we had a wonderful Mother's Day Sunday. Barbara Edwards cooked some wonderful black-eyed peas. Oh my gosh, they were so good. And Tom cooked some wonderful sweet potatoes. And of course, I made the salad and I purchased the Mardi Gras wings. So we had a great spread. We visited with Shelley Stewart and his wife, Doris. And we did. We had a wonderful time laughing, telling stories about our mothers, and we had a couple of tears to flow, but it was just a wonderful Mother's Day. All of us, our mothers are gone on to sweet heaven and rejoicing together, but we had a wonderful time enjoying our memories of our moms. It was a great day.
You know what I always like to ask people is to name one thing that you got from your mom. That whether it was a lesson or a gift or whatever. And so I'm asking you that.
I have two things.
Okay.
My mother always said, sit up straight. So there I was. She was pressing my back, sit up straight. And I didn't understand that. But after I started seeing my colleagues bending over, I sit up straight. The other thing, and I have to admit it, I look exactly like my mother. Even AI confuses me. They'll say Happy Mother's Day, and all of my pictures came up with my mother's name. So there it is. Those are the two things.
Let's get Barbara Wallace-Edwards on here. I think if I was going to name one thing from my mom, it would be her love of reading. My mom was always reading something, and When she finished her little chores or whatever she had to do, she had a book.
My
And
mom.
she started me at the library when I was 9 years old. She took me to the library, and I checked out as many books as I could, and it was so that's what I got from my mom, just her love of reading, and she instilled that in me. And we got a huge library here in the house with
Mhm.
books that. Luckily, I was on scholarship, and so I was able to get books, free books.
Good. Good way
I
to
don't
do
think they intended for me to get all the ones that I got, but it was good reading.
I must say, I was a recipient of some of those free books too. I had a lot of friends who played football, basketball, and when I couldn't afford to buy my books, they get my books for me. So thank God for
There
those
you go.
athletes getting free books back then.
it. Nice.
There you go.
Yes.
I think my mom always grew things too. She always would grow plants and stuff. And when people come to our, you guys have been here, been to the house, people
Yes.
always compliment my wife on the plants, and she has to correct them and say, no, I
Stop.
do the plants around here. That's right.
You have the touch, Tom. I have to say those are
That
some of the most
and
beautiful
feeding the
plants I've
birds. I
ever
love to
seen.
feed the birds. You know, I
Yeah.
put bread out there. You know, my mom had a bird bath in the backyard in our house in Birmingham and Norwood, and when we moved that bird bath with us, so that I can see that bird bath now out my window.
Oh, wonderful.
Always
Yeah.
reminds me of my mom. So
Oh, that's great.
it was great.
Awesome.
So what else you guys got, Barbara? What you got there, Barbara Edwards?
Well, Tom, since we're going to be talking about baseball today, I wanted to bring up something. Sadly, the baseball world lost another of his legends on Saturday. Bobby Cox of the Atlanta Braves passed away at the age of 84. The Hall of Fame manager will always be recognized as one of the most iconic and influential figures in the Braves' history. Um, so, my prayers and zippers to the family of Bobby Cox.
Oh, good. Yeah. I remember when they won the World Series, and I remember when they moved to Atlanta. You know, with
Yeah.
Hank Aaron.
Oh,
And
yes.
yeah, good deal. Matter of fact, I think me and my friend Robert are going to go see the Yankees in a couple of weeks. So,
Oh, wow.
New York,
Great.
neither one of us ever been to a game at Yankee Stadium. So,
Wow.
Now
we're
that
gonna
should be
go.
fun.
It'll be a treat.
I've been to Yankee Stadium because our niece Michael went to NYU. They had their graduation at Yankee
Right.
Stadium.
Okay.
But I haven't been to a baseball game there, so we're looking forward to it.
That should
Sounds
be
like
fun.
fun.
Have you been
Mhm.
over to the Braves stadium since they moved out to Marietta?
I
Have you
have
been to a
not.
Braves
I have
game?
not. No.
That's a fun experience too. I really enjoyed that. It's almost like a little city they built out there in Marietta just for the baseball stadium, and they've got restaurants
Uh-huh.
and bars and shops along the way. It's very nice. If anyone hasn't gone over there, you need to go check it out.
Okay. Good deal. Neither one of you got anything else?
I also want to mention that the
Good.
National Weather Service has issued a warning for residents of part of Arizona, Texas, and California to limit their outdoor activity and take precautions as dangerous ozone pollution spreads across heavily populated regions. So this is something that's come out
Yeah.
on yesterday, and people in those areas need to be very careful. They say
Wow.
ground level ozone is a powerful oxidant that acts as a respiratory irritant, causing coughing, throat irritation, and chest pain. So, especially those who have some issues, respiratory issues already, definitely need to make sure they stay indoors and avoid the outside
Okay.
ozone problems right now.
Well, all right. We got a couple of other things. We're going to start a segment called, Sean does the Got a Minute, and then we're going to have a segment called It's Your Money. And the Simmons, who were on a couple of weeks or so ago, will be doing that segment along with my good friend Stefan.
Good.
It's called, what is it called? It's called It's Your Money. And they will be talking about finance and how to grow
Wonderful.
your money. So we look
That's
forward to
great.
that in the next week
Yes.
or so. I don't know, Sean. If we got? Do we have a minute this morning, Sean? Uh, I don't know if we have a minute or not.
Surely Sean has something for us this morning.
Well, there is no. We will. We will move on. Uh, let's. There is. Speaking of money, I just wanted to show you guys something. I'm always proud of this thing. This is a check I got. It's only $28. Okay, but I love whenever we get a. We don't get checks in the mail anymore from McGill.
Right.
It's all debit. And so whenever I go to the mailbox and there's a pink slip in the mailbox, um, it just kind of gets me a little bit excited. It's only
Yeah.
$28. It's only $28, but let me tell you what it's for. It's for shows that I did, and some of them as far back as the 1990s. Um, and the shows ran in Spain, Switzerland,
Oh,
in Sweden. And it shows like Fight Club and Without a Trace and CSI and Queen and Slim and shows like that. So it's always just kind
that's
of
pretty
fun
cool. That's
to
pretty
get
cool.
to get one of those, you know. The pink envelope, we call it. Whenever the pink envelope comes, it's like I told my wife, I love to see myself speaking French, you know. I don't think I'd quite do it, but it'd
They
be fun.
manage it. Yeah, that's pretty all right. That's all right. I like that. I like
Okay, Barbara's trying to check back in, I think.
Yes.
We got some weather in certain places this morning, so hopefully everything will be okay. All right, well, let's move on to our G list guest. Hollywood's got the A list, and here on Tuesdays with Tom, we have the G list. And our G list guest today is a young man named Travis Coleman. Travis is from New Orleans. He's a 2003 graduate of St. Augustine High School, a four-year letterman at Auburn, where he graduated with a degree in international business. After his college playing days, Travis has been a major league professional baseball scout since 2013. I look forward to hearing about baseball scout. I'm a baseball fan, and I don't know any scouts, so it'd be good. Let's bring Travis on this morning. Good morning, Travis.
Morning, good sir. How are
Um,
you doing?
how we're doing great, man. Thanks for being with us. Are you doing good?
Absolutely doing blessed and highly favored, as we say.
So tell me, what is a baseball scout? Tell me what your day is like today.
Well, it's kind of like the CIA. You know, it's a little bit of everything. Our job is to find the guys that are going to be on the field. You know, for the Braves or St. Louis Cardinals or whatever it may be, and find them when they're in high school or college or even younger than that overseas, and be able to project out on them so that we can give a great product to the fans over the long haul in the region and the nation for the respective clubs that we work for.
And you have worked for the Houston Astros, the Dodgers, and the Atlanta Braves.
Yes, sir.
Uh, uh, Tell us about those jobs.
Yeah, yes, sir. And I'm currently with the Texas Rangers. So I started out
Okay.
with the Los Angeles Dodgers. They gave me my first opportunity to get into scouting, which was tremendous. Logan White was the scouting director, who's a pretty legendary scouting director back when Tommy Lasorda was around. So I got to learn from that old school, that brilliant old school way of how to really, scout players and honestly learn people, and learn how to navigate a landscape and navigate a region and understand where players come from in the history of the game. A really, really great friend and mentor of mine, Matt Paul, was a very influential man in my life, and still is, who gave me the opportunity to get into scouting. And him and then that whole village of men just took care of me, and I really was able to grow. from that experience. Then I went to the Houston Astros, was from 2016 to 2020, and was fortunate to win the World Series in 2019 or 2017 with the Houston Astros. Learned a ton because at that time Houston was on the cutting edge of all the analytics and the sabermetrics and everything of that nature. So it was like going to the Harvard of scouting as far as the analytics and what was going on with that. And I wanted to get over there because I figured that, just like business, things are teams and businesses will probably 5-7 years behind once people catch up, and so I wanted to get with them initially, and that was a tremendous experience. My boss, Mike Elias, he was the scouting director. He's now the general manager and team president for the Baltimore Orioles, still a great friend of mine. He actually drafted one of my players for my program. I know we'll get into my program and stuff too, Gunnar Henderson. He's the shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles, and so there's a lot of tie-ins. Baseball's like a brotherhood. And before the Rangers, I was with the Atlanta Braves for 6 years, and that was beyond a great experience. Dana Brown, who's the current general manager and team president for the Houston Astros, he's actually the only African-American general manager and team president in baseball right now. He was the one who hired me in Atlanta as a scouting director. Dana's like a legend in our game. And he was able to team up with Dusty Baker, when they were out in Houston and do some great things. But those 6 years in Atlanta was absolutely phenomenal. You just mentioned, Miss Barber just mentioned Bobby Cox. And Bobby is an iconic figure, period. The Atlanta Braves to this day in baseball in the city of Atlanta, the region is still bearing fruit from the residuals of what the blueprint that Bobby Cox left. So many players, Fred McGriff, David Justice, Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones, all those guys came from Bobby Cox. Brian Snicker, who was the previous manager that won the World Series for the Braves in 2021, which I was fortunate to be a part of as well. Bobby Cox hired him 40 years ago. And so Hank Aaron, Bobby Cox hired Frank Aaron as a general manager. So, I mean, he was a phenomenal man, him and Ted Turner. They were just phenomenal men that I was privileged to meet and understand how they did what they did to get us here, along with all the other great men. So the Atlanta Braves was an amazing experience, and 6 years of tremendous times. My dad played at Clark Atlanta, and he played with the Braves and I was able to take him to the stadium, and he got to do his thing out there. That was a once in a lifetime experience. And now I'm with the Texas Rangers, and I do global scouting, so I cover Latin America and domestically, and even going to Asia and stuff as well. So that's where I'm at in my career.
I know Barbara wants to ask you this question, but I got to ask you, what is that ring you got on there?
So this one is a minor league championship ring. In a second, I'll go get my world championship ring so y'all can see it.
I want to see that.
And I don't do it to show off. It's funny when you said you've never met a scout. Of course, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, born and raised in 7th Ward and Lower 9th Ward, and St. Augustine High School, and very, very proud to be a part of it. But we didn't know scouts and stuff like that either. So I'll wear my rings often because I know it's to me it's for everybody, especially in our community. And when you see something, you can be something. So for the young men and young women. To see that, and even for all the generations, right? It's like it's connected, and so I'll take my ring off and give it to somebody, and they'll be like, "It's just a ring. I can't take it with me to heaven," But I'm going to take it home, so you ain't going to run away. I still got a little bit of speed now, So, but it's a honor to be able to have those rings. So I have 2 World Championship rings, 1 American League Championship ring, and 5 minor league championship rings.
Yeah.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Yeah, that's amazing. I have
Barbara,
a question. Yeah, I do. Travis, here you are, this vibrant young man who's full of energy and excitement about his career and doing great things. I always wanted to speak to someone who was involved in winning a baseball World Series.
I'm sorry, Miss Barbara, I couldn't hear you. I'm so sorry, sweet.
I'm sorry. That's okay. Can you hear me now? Travis, can you hear me now? I don't think. Tom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I got you.
Okay. Travis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know why.
So I'll send it to Tom and he can ask you.
I can hear you, Mr. Tom. I just couldn't hear Miss Barbara. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, no, we got to Mrs. Barbara. the other barber is having an issue as well. She just sent us an email.
So
But go ahead.
I'll send the question through Tom and he can ask you. So Tom, I
Okay.
want to know, how does it feel to win a World Series baseball? That series. How does it feel? And how does it change the team?
Okay, so Travis, her question is, how does it feel to win a World Series, and how does it change the team?
Euphoria. That's the feeling that when you the first
There
time
it
we
is,
went in
right
Houston,
there.
I remember I was at a restaurant with a lot of my friends watching the game, and when we won, I started running around the restaurant. I ran outside actually, and I was like, and I kept on saying, "Give me my ring, give me my ring." So, I'm New Orleans to the bone, so But honestly, just like I told you, I could feel everybody, the whole village. My dad played ball, all the guys that played ball, and it's way bigger than me, And I could feel that instantly. And how to change your life once you're a world champion, you're a world champion forever. There's guys that have billions of dollars. Elon Musk would love to have that ring. He ain't getting this ring. I can tell you that right. He ain't getting a lot of things, but he ain't getting his ring. Yeah. And again, it gives empowerment to our people. It gives power to our communities. Because we excel in everything. Being a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, achievement in every field of human endeavor. And this is just my ministry. It's my lane. Like I tell everybody, everybody does amazing, especially from Auburn. Jeez, God. I mean, all the people I graduated from, and it's we talk about it all the time. It's like you can't lose if you do it right. And so this is just my ministry, and to be able to bring that to the forefront, no different than architecture and engineering and all the things. It's just an honor, and it's fun, like I said. And then when everybody sees it, because I have a natural personality, but I don't really need the ring to kind of do whatever. I just like to just give it to everybody. I remember my 40th birthday. My dean of pledges, Rashad Bryant, that's my man, love him to death. He came to my birthday party, and I took off my ring and I gave it to him, and he tried to give it back. I said, "Take it home." And he kept it for like a month or two. And he was like, he's like, "You want your ring back?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll get it back now."
I was going to ask you. You did want it back now, didn't you?
Yeah. We all right. Trust me, everybody's right here now. We gonna get it back. But you trust your people, and like I said, that's what life's about. It's about the community and the village. Yeah.
I think I may have mentioned on the show that this team I played on in '72. We're getting rings now for winning the conference, Southeastern Conference.
Nice.
And I told my wife, I said, well, maybe I'll give it to Dixon, our son. I said, but don't tell him about it, because I might decide not to give it to him.
You might change your mind. Yeah. You might change your mind.
Change his mind.
When it goes on your finger, you'll be like, I don't know, player. I don't know. I can leave you something else,
Hey,
dog.
Tom.
Like, I don't know.
You can do like Travis, give it to him and say, "Hey, I need it back in a month." Now you can have it for a month, but I'm gonna get it back.
I'm marking the calendar.
Don't worry about it.
He lives too far away.
But look, have guns will travel. You get in the car and drive up there and get it.
That's right.
Oh man, well we're gonna come back to Travis. I think Sean is ready now.
Okay.
So we'll do Got a Minute, and then we'll come back and we'll continue with Travis. So, Sean, are you ready? Okay.
Good morning to everyone joining in with us. My name is Shantia Jones, and this has Got a Minute. It's Tuesday, and I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms, the aunts, the cousins, everybody, all the women, and everyone in between. To my mom, I love you. Call me. Anyway, this week, let's talk about showing up anyway. Not showing up perfectly, not loudly, not with everything figured out, just showing up. Some weeks don't need to be a dramatic breakthrough. Sometimes the win is answering an email, making a call, drinking water, taking a walk, or choosing peace when you had every reason to crash out or spiral. Progress doesn't always look powerful. Sometimes it looks like quiet discipline. So this week, give yourself credit for the small steps too, because sometimes I'm still trying is the biggest thing that you can say. And that's it. That's your minute. I want you all to go out and have a great day. And if you don't want to, then fine. Don't go ruin anybody else's because they can do that for themselves. Thank you all for joining in. My name is Shantia Jones, and this has Got a Minute.
Thank you, Sean. All right, let's go back to Travis and continue with our G-list guest. So, who's up, Barbara? I say Barbara, and then one of you decide which one I'm talking to.
Barbara, you can go ahead. I have already asked a question. Go ahead, Barbara.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, my computer's acting up this morning, so I'm in now. I don't know how long I'll be in, but and I don't know what questions have already been asked. But Travis, I want to just ask you about your very beginning. When did you first start playing baseball, and how did you get interested in baseball?
No, he must
Can you
have
hear me?
heard.
Okay,
Yeah, Tom may have to do
Travis.
Travis,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Travis, can you hear me? He's not hearing any of us, it seems. Yeah,
Weird.
the weather.
That's weird.
Yeah, got a little weather
Yeah.
problem.
We don't even have bad weather in Birmingham this morning, but I'm not
No.
sure what's going on with my computer.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
either.
we're not having. I mean, the sun is actually shining
The
here.
sun is out. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No wind.
My computer just blanked out. I'm in the middle of
Travis went
conversation and
out,
my
so
Yeah, yeah.
he may be having
I
some
think
issues as well.
when we
I'm
get
not
him
sure.
back, we still got a couple of questions for him.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
But while we're waiting on Travis to come back, I was telling you all earlier about I went to the Auburn UAB game on last Tuesday and was very surprised. We have a really good team. As Travis mentioned, our Auburn is ranked number 4 in the country right now, which
Wow,
surprised
that's
me.
great.
But, yeah, they've got a really good roster. The team is really good.
I think
Travis,
we
can you
can.
hear us now?
Yeah, I guess yes, ma'am. I have you.
Okay,
Go ahead,
great.
Barb.
I'd ask, yeah, I'd ask a question, and again, I don't know if this question's been asked because I was in and out with my internet issues this morning, but I wanted to ask you about how did you get started playing baseball? What interested you in playing baseball?
So growing up in New Orleans, I've literally I remember playing ball when I was 2, 3 years old, playing every single sport. I love sports since I hit the earth. My dad played ball. My uncles played ball.
Okay.
All my friends played ball. And again, just like we were growing up, we played basketball, football, baseball. I played hockey. We were on a swim team. My sisters were all American swimmers. All that. So I actually didn't start playing baseball pretty full time until I was about 8 or 9 years old because I was more interested in basketball and football. And then I remember the first practice I went to, I hit a home run and I made a diving play, and I didn't know what I was doing. And they were like, "You're a natural." I'm like, "All right, I didn't know." But my dad played, like I said, my dad played at Clark. He's a Kappa too, and he played. He's
Okay.
actually about to be inducted in the Clark Hall of Fame for baseball.
Wow.
And
Wow, that's
yes, ma'am,
great.
and all my uncles played. So I just kind of took to it, and once I took to it, I remember the year I was 10 years old. I was a big basketball player. My dad made me stop playing basketball, and we would walk to Kenilworth Park every day in the cold, and he would have me hit a switch hit the right side on the left side. And the reason why, and that's that father's foresight type thing, because he's like, I know you love basketball, but you're just not going to be tall enough, to go on. But he knew that
Right.
baseball and soccer were sports. I was good at every sport, but he knew that baseball and soccer were ones that I could play collegiately or professionally. So he's just, planting those
Right.
seeds. And then when I was 14, he just ripped the Band-Aid off and said, you're not playing no damn basketball because you're not tall enough. And I was like, okay, and so, and not only that, my village of my friends, my brothers at St. Augustine High School, they put that heart in me. We worked really, really, really hard. I tell every kid, I challenge any of you guys to work as hard as we did. Thanksgiving, Christmas, we enjoyed it so with our families and our friends, but we were out there getting our work in. My generation is a spawn of y'all's generation, and that's the reason why we do so well. And we have that mentality of like, you're not going to be denied, and you know what you want, you know what you want, and you also know what you don't want, and you have to work and train for that. And so that dream of going out there and go get it allowed me and my friends to have an insatiable work ethic, along with my mom and my dad. My mom was huge on dreaming. My dad's huge on dreaming. We speak different languages. They had us go to different, countries, and I don't know how they did. We didn't have any money. We had government cheese and everything like everybody else. So, but they were huge on breaking your comfort zone and that there's no limits. And so I trained with that mentality. And then when I got to Auburn, when that opportunity presented itself, I was just super confident, because confidence comes from skill acquisition, and I knew what I could do. And I knew I could do because my dad and the men that raised me were always honest with me. They loved on me, and part of being love is honesty. And so I knew what I could do. Nobody to tell me, what I could do. But they also instilled my mom. She's a teacher for years. She's an angel. I mean, I'm not saying because she's my mom. It is an honor to be your son. She's in heaven now. But she would always say, the greatest blessing is to be a blessing. And so from there, being a great teammate, being a captain. I was a captain at Auburn, and that's actually when I got into scouting. I fell in love with teaching my teammates what they were doing and what I could see in their game, even as much as my own game. So I tell guys, just fall in love with it. I tell players that I coach now, if you love something, if you love it, it's never a toil. If you love the idea of being the best baseball player, student, athlete you can be, doing push-ups, running sprints, lifting weights, it's an honor to do it because you love it. You love it because you want to do it. No different than serving your family, serving your spouse, or your children, or your sisters or brothers. We sacrifice out of love because we love to do it. So that, and then you're investing in it, and it'll get back. So that's pretty much my how I got in love with baseball, watching it on TV. My dad told me, when you watch the game, listen to the commentators. So I watched the Cubs on WGN and the Braves on TBS, and I listened to Joe Morgan, and I would watch and listen to the game. And that's really how I learned so much about the game, was just watching games every day, all day. But before the stop clock, so it'll be 4 hours, just sitting there and taking it all in.
Right.
What position did you play, Trav?
Shortstop, center field. My value, I could play pretty much any position, and I was a switch hitter, but I was a shortstop.
Okay. All right. You ladies got anything else for Travis?
Yes, one of the things that I wanted to do is I took a look at where your affiliations with the Pro Elite Sports Academy and your prospect lab was very interesting to me. That I was very impressed with your business knowledge and taking it to the next level so that your skill set produces an income and a place where young people can come and become the best athletes that they can be. And tell me about the athletes' life skills that you all try to instill within the athletes from high school and from other areas of academic learning that you all try to instill in them. In other words, they leave with a set of skills and athletically, but you have some athletic life skills. Tell me about that, would you, Travis?
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you brought that up because, oftentimes I get a lot of kudos, honestly, for what I do in scouting and professionally, but my heart really is in coaching. And the Prospect Lab, which is my program with my high school teams that I've had for about 15 years, and the Pro Elite Academy, where we do year-round training, and our nonprofit Champions United, which is 501c3, which allows us to empower and connect with anybody around the world, because actually in Africa, in Latin America, here, urban and rural communities, there's so much talent that's just not developed. And it's all about development, being able to identify, develop, and empower. And so I call it the VIPs in life. Your values, your ideals, your principles, and your standards pretty much judge, like all your decisions are made from there. And that's what I tell the players: what do you truly value? What's your ideal life? What are the principles that you stand on? And then what's your standard of operation? And so, and then y'all know, to whom much is given, much is required. So this isn't my own life. Again, this is y'all's generation and generation before us that raised us, and you know that clearly. Like it's not about just you. My mom was a teacher for 30 years, and when you take pride in being a seed planter, it never stops. Having a purpose-filled, a purpose-driven life, like everything you do is on purpose, and you leaving a purpose and a seed every time until the hour of your death. I was there when my mother and my aunt and all them transitioned, and to see that transition, honestly, it was empowering, because you actually don't fear it. You're like, okay, we're going to be connected again, and I have a job to do. And then that everything biblically makes sense. Right. So my thing is to make things make sense and create a clear, real path for our boys and our girls to go get it. And not just go, it's one thing to be, again, confidence comes with skill acquisition being taught, just like we went to college. I always tell people I was privileged, not with money, but I was privileged with education. I was privileged with a family and a support system that valued the things that allow me to be me. My superpower is my village: Auburn University, Cap Alpha Psi, St. Augustine High School, Stewart Hall Elementary School. I haven't been around anything besides excellence, so I don't know anything. It's not because I'm just so amazing. It's like this is what God blessed me with, but I have to pay it back because that's what it's for. So. Since 2015, our program, we've been blessed and honored to have over 550 young men sign scholarships, and from our program. Every year since 2017, we've had 40 young men at least sign scholarships and contracts. So we have 46 young men in this current senior class then they're going to LSU and Southern Miss and Auburn and Alabama State, Southern, Alcorn State, junior colleges. Is really truly filling up the pipeline because, as y'all know, when you get to college, I can tell you might meet your wife. You're gonna meet some of your best friends of your life. Mm-hmm. Your life's gonna be transformed, and then you're gonna know what to do, right? So now you're discipling, and now they're able to go out into the community and raise other Travis Colemans in their own way, just as I'm a spawn of other people too. And so that's what empowers me. As you can see, this is my that gives me juiced up. Is seeing that and knowing that no, you don't have to be qualified. Like I told some of my players the other day, always go where you're celebrated, not tolerated, and you don't have to. Like there's nobody puts a value on you, And my job is to maximize your value and help you maximize your value and understand this is what now you have this value. This is what you do with it for yourself and for others. So it's never going to stop. Our players is like a fraternity. They don't go away. They're African American. They're Caucasian. They're from Selma. They're from Alabama. They're from New Orleans. They're from Atlanta. They're from Nashville. As long as you're a good person, good kid, good family, and good doesn't mean picture perfect. Because I want the real thing. Right. That's what we've been about. And that's what we're going to be about. But our nonprofit, Champions United, is a 501c3 is going to allow us to be able to have even more resources to be able to truly do the work. And I'm one of those people that's built on being real, elite, and unique at what you do. And you got to be real. It's not just talking about doing it. Like you can talk all that talk, but we're gonna find out. You got to walk that walk. And so the people who do the work and do the studying and do the research to be able to implement and execute and have the discipline and the consistency. That's who we look to partner with. Because it's all about the village, and that's what it is. So, yeah, I appreciate you asking me that, Ms. Barber, because that's actually the most important thing to me in this phase of my life. That's where primary focus as far as people knowing that about me, because it's not about me. It's about knowing that I exist so you can exist, and I only exist because others existed before me. That's where my generation has to step up even more and be that guide. That is our thing, because we've been privileged and we're making more money and more opportunities than others, but we got to get it back. We got to serve. We got to give.
That's true.
It's not for naught.
Yes.
That's true. Very true. Very true.
So true.
Yeah.
So, Travis, I have a question. At what point should a parent reach out to you to get their child involved in, say, the Prospect Lab? Can you hear me okay?
I think I can't hear you again. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. That's okay. Barbara, can you repeat the question?
Yes. Can you hear me, Travis?
Okay.
Can you hear either one of us, Travis? He's got a little.
Yeah, we're having problems with the string.
I'm going to drop off and come right back on again.
Okay. All right. He's going to drop off and come back. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Because
Barbara, while we're waiting on Travis and Tom, it look like Tom's kind of, I know he's
he's
having
having a little
weather issues
trouble
in
too.
his area.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, I think what Travis is doing is so important, not just
I do
teaching them
too.
about sports, but life skills. That's what our young people need today. And like you said,
Absolutely.
what he's doing with them and what he's teaching them is preparing them for life. When they go to college, they're going to meet their lifelong friends, maybe their spouse. It prepares them for the workplace and all those things, and that transitions from the sports world into their careers and into their homes and to their community service that they get involved in. So it's not just about sports what they're
Right.
doing. It's teaching
Right.
them life skills in general. So I really love that about what they're
Can you hear
doing.
me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, good, good.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear
And
Barbara?
I can hear Miss Barbara.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was able to
Okay,
multitask
good.
while I did it, so I went and got my championship rings for y'all.
Oh,
All
wow.
right, that's what I wanted to
Oh,
ask you about.
wow.
Look
That
at that,
is amazing.
Travis.
Oh,
Those are
Travis.
so nice.
He got the
I
ring
love
stop.
it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, great.
Look at those.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. So,
Yeah,
Good
those are
deal.
Man.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
want to
you.
I want to take a picture with at least one of those, Travis. So yeah,
oh,
we'll have to get together.
absolutely, absolutely.
All out. We're
Yeah.
back.
I want to
Okay.
show them to
Those
my
are
little
life
great
changing.
nephews. They'll be so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You can't miss them. They're like huge. I mean, they're just like huge objects on your finger.
Yeah, they are. They are. They are.
Yeah.
Those
Congratulations.
are nice. Yes,
I
Barbara, you may
appreciate it.
want to ask your question. You had a great one.
Yeah, Travis, I was asking about, at what age should parents get in touch with you to get their child working with you, helping them with their life skills, with their sports skills, and how can they contact you to get their children working with you? Because I understand you're located in Birmingham, but you work with children all across the country, actually. So
Mhm.
how should they reach out to you?
Yes, ma'am. So the training, the Pro Lead Academy, the training starts around 6 years old. If the son is, or daughter is coordinated, we do softball as well. I love softball training and everything too,
Okay.
empowering the young women. But 6 years old, that's about when they're able to, start to have some cognitive skills to retain, baby, from that standpoint, because I don't like to have people, waste their investment. My teams start
Right.
in 8th grade, 6th or 7th grade if they're advanced, only because that's when the field changes. Now they're on the big field with the because that's the value of the program, is that anybody that comes into our program has a chance to play collegiately. And I say that because making it make sense, I want from a business to have the parents have a potential return on their investment. Money in your child, you're investing in your child. And so a scholarship, right? Let's say you spend $10,000, in the high school seasons, over 8th grade to 12th grade on baseball. One semester scholarship puts that right back in your pocket, so it was worth it. And so
Right.
that because if not, there's other good places to play. But yeah, as far as the teams, 12 to 18, 12, 13 to 18, training 6 years old till 18. And then my number is 504 area code 723 1828. Again, it's 504-723-1828. And the great thing about my academy and our academy is that our coaches came from the academy. So I have 30, 40 guys that are coaching. The head coaches at Ramsey High School, Houghton High School, Pleasant Grove, Fultondale, Minor. They're all from the program, and you see I'm beaming. I'm getting goosebumps right now because that's what gets me, because
Yeah.
you see it happening. You're like, oh man,
Right.
two
Yes.
of them won state championships last year as African American men, and so truly making history in your own way was what we're called to do.
That's
And that's what our
great.
predecessors did. That's what our ancestors did. And that's what we're going to keep on doing. And we're going to keep on spreading those good seeds on fertile ground all the days of our lives.
So
Absolutely.
there was talk that not as many African American kids were playing baseball. How are those numbers? Have they evened out, or is it a different situation now, or what?
Yeah. So I actually tell everybody it's a renaissance time with African American baseball. So you're going to see an uptick. You're starting to see an uptick, and you're going to continue to see an uptick because of programs like ours and others, catching them at such a young age and giving them the professional insight. Now it's not just having the talent, but they have the roadmap and most importantly, the landmines to look out for. Because you already know that the people try to guard the doors and not let you in. And so that's why it's so important for people like myself, for people who are in those positions, to say, no, we've got to take care of our people. Because I guarantee you, when your time is up, they're going to get rid of you, get somebody else in there, and then everybody else is gone. When I was born, 18% of the Major League Baseball was African American. To this day, right now, last year was 6%. Or 6.4%. Yeah, 6.4, 6.1%. It went up to 6.5%. So those numbers can seem troubling, but if you know what's going on, you know the uptick of all the guys coming, all the waves coming.
Right.
Because it was in the last decade before that, it was a cesspool of the way they were teaching baseball and stuff like that was not geared towards African Americans or Latin American, just ethnic athletic people. But now guys like Chandler Simpson, Michael Harris, all those boys are within my ecosystem, with whether it's my agent buddies and we're all connected. And these are kids that can play, but they understand it, and they've done it for so long. And there's a whole bunch that are coming up that they only know that way, So I could put a big smile on everybody's face saying that black baseball is going to be in a very good spot, despite any landmines or roadmaps. And now the next thing is to get people in executive offices and decision makers, so that we can create policy and implement policy that doesn't create like they're trying to do right now in America. And I'm unabashed. I'm not fearful at all. I serve a mighty God, and I come from New Orleans, 7th Ward and everything like that. So I'll say what I'm going to say. But when you're trying to be held back intentionally, honestly, sometimes you need a fight. You need something to fight for. To show what you're really about and to show what you really stand for. And that's where we're at in our history. And so the moves that I make in my life that will be coming along here soon is to meet that demand and know that black baseball is going to be in a great position with not just myself, but others like me that are going to keep spearheading that fight and that journey.
I had a couple things for you, Travis. One, are you familiar with J.B. Brown?
J.B. Brown. There's a couple of J.B. Browns, so I would be is he
J.B. Brown played baseball at all.
He's the first black baseball player.
No. I've heard that. I've heard the name, but I have not met him.
Yeah, wow. He was the first. He was first.
I would love to meet him.
He's over in the Atlanta area. He lives in the Atlanta area, so we need to make that happen.
I will drive over tomorrow.
You need to make that. I think that'd be a good connection.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That'd be fantastic.
You'll enjoy him. He's a good guy.
Yes, he is.
And it was he didn't. He didn't play a lot when I saw him because I was there at the same time, and for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And there are many.
Yeah.
I'll expand on it. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I can tell you, it's not, all of us have biases, and they don't have to be malicious.
Right.
This is what makes sense to you. So if you have more African American coaches that understand the African American player, the psyche and the development, then they're going to play more, just like myself.
Right.
And if not, I know all my coaches at Auburn, I might not have played as much as I would like to, but they're the same guys that I love to this day. But they're the same guys also that we've had real conversation about. Like the Barber guys that you saw on the field. There's 3 more coming next year. Mm-hmm. And they give me a call and they're like, Travis, who you got? I'm like, I'm giving you the brothers. We on the Soul Train. Don't be afraid. We coming. Right. We're gonna be dancing. We're gonna be jigging out there.
Right. We're different.
But they understand, and so that's where I know my role is. Right, to be able to qualify those guys. But we're already qualified. I'm only qualifying for them to get the opportunity and maximize the opportunity where they're celebrated, not tolerated. So the more of us that are in coaching and development, which is happening, the more you're going to see guys actually on the field playing. And I'm glad you told me about J.B. Brown, because the Negro League Southern Museum, I'm about to be on the board of directors of that, because it's in my heart, my passion to have that spearheaded, because the history of that is so impactful. Exactly. So it's right in downtown Birmingham.
Oh, right by Rickwood. Yeah.
No, not Rickwood. That too. Okay. Birmingham's a mecca of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So the Negro League Museum, the
Where we
Industrial
are.
League, is where the Rick Whitfield was a part of the Industrial League, which
Right.
everybody
Okay.
came through, right? Willie
Okay.
Mays is from over here, right?
Right.
Okay.
Babe Ruth is everybody, but people don't even understand. Economically, it was the third biggest generator for African Americans at that time.
It was
And there's
barren.
so many things, and there's so many people that we aren't celebrating, just like you talk about with JB. And so that's a life mission of mine too, is to have all these men celebrate for all their glory and what they were, not just passing by. No, these were amazing men who paved the way,
They did.
for us. So that's why I'm on the board over there, about to be. And it's just simply again a life work to be able to spread that worldwide, about what's real, what's the real story going on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds great, man. I've learned one thing too. See, I've learned now when I get my ring, I gotta
I
be
think I
able.
think I think I think the devil's
my
trying to get
hand
to it. I
up.
can't hear you get it, but he tried this morning. He's trying, but I gotta pray on mama and grandma. He can't get me. Get back off, get back on. He ain't gonna get us though. He gonna finish this. Hold on 1 second. Let's see.
You got to get your hand right, Tom. You got to get your hand right.
I gotta learn to keep it up here.
That's right. You got to keep it visible at all times. I love it. I do.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Barbara again.
We
I tell you,
did.
these last few weeks we've had trouble with StreamYard. I don't know. We're gonna have to investigate that because it's nobody's fault. It's just I don't know. It's the system. So,
Well, that's
but
why.
anyway, thank you, Travis. It's been
Yes.
great talking to you, man. I appreciate it and wish you well, and hopefully we'll get our paths across one day soon.
They most certainly will. I'm gonna make it happen, guy. We're gonna make these things happen. It's an honor of mine. Seriously, y'all keep on doing amazing work. I appreciate it.
Both of us.
Thank you.
I
We appreciate you.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Y'all be blessed.
Thank you very much, man. I'm going to close out today with comments from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's leaving the door open for a presidential run in 2028. She was asked last week about the speculation that she will enter the race for the White House. She's a four-term congresswoman. She pushed back on the assumption that her, quote, ambition is positional, unquote, specifically citing an op-ed in the Washington Post. She says that they assume that my ambition is a title or a seat. My ambition is way bigger than that. My ambition is to change this country. Presidents come and go. Elected officials come and go, but single-payer health care is forever. We'll see where she goes. Hopefully she'll reach that goal. And that's our show for today. We want to thank the audience. We appreciate you. Sorry about all the confusion with StreamYard or what have you. We'll have to try and get that worked out. Thanks again to the TWT team, Barbara, Sean, Emily, Michael, Joyce, Barbara, have to say Barbara twice. And as always, a special thanks to you, the audience. We appreciate you being with us. And that's it for this May 12th in the year 2026. Remember, a day without a smile is a day wasted. You got an extra smile, give it to somebody. It just might make their day. Enjoy yourself. Make every day count. Don't let a day go by that you don't take the time to make your life or somebody else's life better. Stay safe. Blessings. Peace.